A woman was physically removed from Mike Lawler's campaign. Obviously, this woman looks like such a threat. I'm being sarcastic in case you can't read that. And this is just a continuation of the injustices that are happening in our country, the attack on our civil rights, the attack on the Constitution. We have the right to protest. And so I have video of this really outrageous moment that happened. And I also have just some context about what happened. Look at this. People are pissed off, and good, because what's happening right now in this country is inexcusable. It's inexcusable. It's going to take each and every one of us rising up like these women are here in their districts, in our own districts, in our communities, to make sure that we are a check on this unconstitutional administration, because Congress is certainly not up to the task. And so here's what happened. Voters in U.S. Rep. Mike Lawler's suburban New York swing district heaped criticism on the Republican during a raucous town hall Sunday night, peppering him with questions about President Donald Trump's aggressive agenda before devolving into a chaotic chorus of boos as attendees were removed by law enforcement. And by the way, if it is loud or there's some background noise, I apologize. I am recording at a conference right now, but I wanted to bring this to you as soon as I could. The town hall in Summers, a leafy section of Lawler's Hudson Valley District, began to teeter off the rails soon after it began. The first crack emerged when Lawler, in his opening remarks, told the packed prep school auditorium, "This is what democracy looks like." Oh my God. And the laughter was quick and loud. A little while later, the congressman's mention of Federal Health Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. drew loud boos. "So you want, for instance, petroleum-based dyes to continue?" Lawler asked. Oh my God, yeah, no wonder this went as badly as it did. Okay, and as I said, this woman here was physically removed, and I believe this is going to become an iconic image that we will not forget anytime soon, because this is what it looks like to resist an administration that does not respect our rights. And let this photo be an example that each and every one of us can make an actual difference in our communities and can inspire change. And so here is that moment here.
I'm not leaving.
Because what it will do, it will bring economic investment back into the U.S. It will force. So, for instance, I'll give you a case in point.
Are you serious?
Prescription drug precursors. Do you want China to continue to be?
I'm not recording that. I'm recording this.
Let her stay! 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 Let her stay!
You're gonna have to kick out everybody.
Let her stay! Let her stay!
You're gonna have to kick out everybody.
Let her stay! Let her stay!
Everyone has been shot!
Return to your seats.
Stay!
Please return to your seats.
Stay! 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 Stay!
He's not answering questions!
Please settle down. We have a lot of questions to get through. The congressman is giving him his time. Let's get through these questions.
Because you keep interrupting as I'm trying to answer the question.
Because remember,
Shame on you!
All right, and then here is a wider video of what happened last night.
the courts have given the president the authority on tariffs. Now, what I have said, well, if people would behave, then there won't be a problem. If they do not reach agreements within the next 30 to 45 days, then Congress will have to intervene.
Come on! Blah, blah, blah.
Moving on to our next question, ladies and gentlemen. As a reminder, we have a limited amount of time. we're not able to continue.
Now, Mike Lawler is doing a lot of these town halls, and it's because he's probably going to be running for governor of New York, and so we have to do everything we can to make sure that that does not happen. But my guess is it's not going to happen, because not only is he kicking out grandmas from his town halls, he's also not even getting booed. His constituents think that what he's saying is so unimportant that they say blah, blah, blah to him. And here's a little bit of that.
And when you look at, for instance, Europe has price controls on U.S. prescription drugs. U.S. prescription drug costs are significantly higher.
And just a reminder that Donald Trump has said that when it comes to due process and defending our rights and upholding the Constitution, Trump said, I'm never gonna let this go. Trump said, I don't know. And I do know. I do know that that is actually the number one job of being president of the United States, is defending and upholding the Constitution. But this is the problem, is that then it becomes trickle-down authoritarianism. Certainly does, because it starts from the top, and then you have folks like Mike Lawler who are doing this to women who have done nothing wrong and are just trying to speak up for themselves and for their community. If Mike Lawler really was a real man, he'd be able to not only withstand someone challenging him, protesting him, he would probably invite that person on stage and have a very civil discussion. But he's incapable of doing that, because that's how MAGA is. MAGA is incapable of standing up for itself because it doesn't believe in anything. It believes in lies, misinformation, and absolute power. And that's why women like this can make all the difference, because, as I said, they remind us all that we all have the power in ourselves to make a difference and to stand up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. And so my hat's off to her, and I'm hoping I can get her on the channel soon to get more insight into why this happened and how she's doing. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And again, I'm sorry for the noise, but you know, that's what it means to be doing this stuff on the fly sometimes. I'll see you soon.